to my channel. The idea of this video came from my daughter. What advice could I give her if she's going through the same situations I went through? I actually wrote everything down on a pad, so you may see me looking down referencing, but don't mind that. The first and most important thing is to be a leader and not a follower. It's cringy now to think about it, but I was so naive, so green, and the absolute follower. Wanting people to like me was really important to me around that time. And to be honest, being a follower took a lot of experiences for me. A lot of things that I really wanted to do, because my friends didn't want to do them, or because my friends thought they weren't cool, I pretended like I didn't like it or didn't want to do it either. Second piece of advice I would tell my younger self is to stop comparing yourself to other people, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people, not just women, do that, where they see the success of someone else or they see the greatness someone else has, and it diminishes how they feel about themselves. Or, well, I don't have grades like that person, or I'm not as pretty as that other person, or no one likes me as much as they like this other person. And it really affected my self-esteem to the point where I wanted to emulate someone else. I figure, well, maybe if I wear my hair like them, maybe if I wear my clothes like them, maybe if I talk like them, then I'll be more accepted. And I couldn't have been more wrong. I would tell myself, Jasmine, you are beautiful the way you are in all aspects. The way you talk, your interests, your personality, your laugh, the way you dress, your quirkiness, everything about you that makes you Jasmine makes you more than enough. If you're focusing on somebody else in their lane, then you won't be able to see what's ahead of you. The third piece of advice I would tell myself is don't settle. If something does not make you happy, don't accept it. Your happiness is important and you deserve the world. The fourth thing I would tell myself is it's not your fault. I trusted a lot of people that I know I should not have. If I meet someone and we talk and I feel like you're nice, I trusted you. I trusted your judgment. I trusted your word. A lot of people took advantage of that. Instead of looking at the other person like something's wrong with you, I pointed the finger at myself like it was my fault. It was something I should have seen. It was something I could have avoided. When really there's a lot of people who prey on younger, naive girls for the sole purpose of taking advantage of them. And I did not know that. And that goes with anything. Relationships, friendships, family. I can't control the actions of someone else, especially when they're not a good person. Number 5, they're not your friends. They're not your friends. I used to think it was quantity over quality. If I had a bunch of friends that like solidified me as a person, I couldn't have 1 or 2 friends and be okay, because then that made me a nobody. I really put an importance on how many friends I had. Here we are, over 10 years later, 95% of them gone. Peer pressure can really define who is and is not your friend. Because your friends will, one, never put you in a situation that will harm you or make you feel uncomfortable. Your friends are supposed to be there to uplift you, to better you, to make sure you're on the right path. I will be human enough to say I did not always fight peer pressure as much as I should have, thinking, oh, they're my friends, it's whatever. If they did it, then it must not be that bad. And at the end of the day, I put myself in a situation that I had to get a parent or an adult to get me out of. They're not your friends. Number 6, and this kind of ties into number 5, trust your gut. That intuition or that voice in the back of your head, go with that without hesitation. If you feel uncomfortable, remove yourself. In any situation and it's making you feel uneasy, any friendship you feel like it's really one way, I'm giving more than I'm getting, and they always got you in these sketchy situations, remove yourself. And that goes for family too. You have to set boundaries for yourself. If you don't set boundaries, someone else is going to set them for you. Number 7, and I'm laughing because this is advice I would tell myself today, not just when I was younger. Do not beat yourself up. I do this all the time, but especially back then when I was younger. I didn't have any life experiences. You're getting these new feelings about your body and about people. Things are different. And for years, I beat myself up for not going with my gut, for accepting a lot of things that I know weren't for me, to the point where I put a lot of pressure on myself with the decisions I made thereafter. When, again, we're gonna make mistakes. Even as a 27-year-old, I still make mistakes. But it's not about the mistake, it's about how you address the mistake. When you fall down, do you pick yourself back up and try again? Try it a different way. Or do you just sit on the ground and give up? As my younger self, I couldn't have known all the things I've known now. As cliche as it may sound, if it does not kill you, it really does make you stronger. Number 8, have fun. I was so in a rush to be independent, to do things on my own. I missed out on being in the moment. I was so worried about 5, 10, 20 years from now. It isn't a bad thing. I'm not gonna have the picture perfect reality that I want if I don't focus on it right now. Terrible, terrible. Number 9, celebrate yourself. The little victories that you think wasn't good enough, that new skill you learned, that new friend you made, that recognition that you got from that teacher. A lot of the times, everything I did wasn't good enough for myself. Like, okay, well, I could have did this and it could have made it that much better. You can really be your own worst enemy. Number 10, talk to someone. I did not like expressing myself. I didn't like telling people what was going on with me because I felt like people would blame me when I was already blaming myself enough. And I didn't want any more fingers being pointed at me. And they wouldn't actually understand from my point of view. Find someone that you trust and talk to them. Get their perspective and be receptive. At the end of the day, even though this video is about advice I would give to my younger self, I wouldn't change a thing. Because a lot of the stuff that I went through back then, it made me into everything I am right now. And I wouldn't change that for the world. If there are any young ladies or women out there who need someone to talk to, I'm always an open ear. Of course, you have my social media. And leave a comment. What is some advice you would give your younger self if I haven't mentioned it already? Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. Until my next video. Bye.